I am CineSports' Noah Coslov, hanging out with Barton Simmons, Director of Scouting, 247Sports. So much to get into with the coaching carousel that is already beginning in college football. Do you feel any differently now than you did before the firings over the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this carousel is kind of heading in a little bit different direction, maybe in general than where we expected. I think it's got a chance to be not quite as disruptive as maybe we once thought, because there's a lot of defensive coordinators lined up for some head coaching gigs. DJ Durkin could be the guy, defensive coordinator in Michigan, could be heading to Maryland. Kirby Smart looks like he's got a really good shot at landing a Georgia job, which, frankly, a lot of people didn't even think would be open this weekend. I think you look across the board and coordinators are going to be hired. And so when some of the biggest dominoes aren't going to be taking other head coaching gigs, I think that shifts the whole perception, the whole landscape of this coaching carousel and this coaching search. But for now, I'm interested to see how these coordinators play out, and could open up some jobs for some DC shifts and some OC shifts across the country as well.
So then, if not coordinators, which biggest name head coaches do you think will be on the move?
Well, I think it's really interesting to see what's going to happen with Tom Herman at Houston. He's really the hottest name in the head coaching ranks in terms of those second-tier guys, but he's going to wait for the perfect job. Georgia, I think, is one he's interested in, but again, I think there's a really good chance they sort of stay in the family, go with Kirby Smart. If he doesn't get that in Texas A&M don't come open, you got to think he sticks around. So then where do you go? I think Dan Mullen wants to get out of Starkville, and I think that he's a guy that's, in terms of proven coaches, he's probably the best name out there that would probably move. So, does Maryland get him? It looks like they're not. Virginia's going to make a run at him. Does Georgia make a run at him? So I think that there are some still possibilities there, and certainly that opens a domino up as well. As much chaos as we expected, we could see a lot of status quo following this whole transition.
All right, so finally then, who could make, whether it's a big name or not, who do you think could make the biggest impact in a new spot, and whether that's a new head coach somewhere, a new coordinator somewhere else?
Well, look, I do think with Mark Richt gone, that opened up a lot of things for a lot of people. So Mark Richt suddenly, it could be a target for Miami, and that limits some guys like Mario Cristobal, Butch Davis, some of these other guys that wanted that Miami job, all of a sudden aren't quite as qualified as a Mark Richt hire. Obviously, it now opens up the possibility of Dan Mullen possibly leaving. Kirby Smart, that DC job in itself at Alabama is a huge hire and could create some movement around the country. But again, still a lot of time for this thing to really get crazy.
Yeah, dominoes will be falling, that's for sure. Barton Simmons, Director of Scouting, 247 Sports. Good talking to you. Thanks, buddy.
All right, you got it.